Folks, we got to find time for God. We find time for everything else on our schedule, and God has to play a second fiddle to our schedule demands. God has to try to squeeze, even with all of his omnipotence, he has to try to squeeze out a spot on our daily planners and try to find room inside of our Rolodex. And you know, and God knows every app that organizes our day. God has to fall prey and subject to those. When we serve a God that says, if you seek ye first, Matthew 6:33 says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all of these things shall be added unto you. The amazing thing is that we're living in a day now where we schedule more time for our concerns. That'll be later. I wrote, in our super busy worlds, and God knows we're busy. You know, I have cruise control in my car, and I can't tell you one time that I've had the thing on that it wasn't police in the area, and I want to make sure I didn't go over a certain speed. You know, the world is just moving too fast. I got to get there now. I got this to do. I got that to do. We're living in a super fast paced world, and we got to be, you know, time is of the essence. But in our super busy world, we should allocate time for God. What's amazing is that we find time for nearly every dilemma in our lives. We find time for nearly every hardship in our lives, and we find time for nearly every difficulty in our lives. But we don't find time for the God who can solve them all. Now figure that one out. Folks, find time for God on your schedule. That God doesn't want you to do this sin of Cain even before he killed Abel. Before Cain, where Cain fell short is that Abel gave God that which was right, and Cain gave God that which was left. Folks, don't, you know, schedule your whole day and give God, an omnipotent, omniscient, ubiquitous God, such a small part of your daily schedule, and you wonder why your life is where it is. Folks, you got to find time for God. You got to fit God into your calendar. And don't ever be in a position that you give more time and more credence and more space in your day for the problem, and you don't give any time for the problem solver. You spend time in bewilderment trying to see how I'm going to make a way, and you don't give time for the way maker. Well, you get the gist. It's time to stop trying to pigeonhole and fit God into some small pre-described portion of your day. And we have an urgent need to find time for God. Be blessed.